Afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. Hope you guys are having a great day today. We are here back in the Elk Grove studios, and we got a great show lined up for you guys today. For all you women bodybuilders out there and people who are talking about nutrition and fitness, my good friend Doris will be joining us today. She's the owner of the Synergy Fit and Run training facility for 15 years. She's been in this business doing this nutrition coach for over 50 years, and she's a bodybuilder, and she's big thing she's got coming up on the NPC Master Nationals Bodybuilding Championship in Pittsburgh coming up in July. So she'll be joining us very shortly, folks. And so first of all, check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, but mostly it's dedicated to people like you who take the time and watch the show. I really appreciate it. You guys are the real true heroes in my book, and I appreciate that very much. It is Friday, May 5th. And you're getting ready for the Kentucky Derby tomorrow on the 4th and Cinco de Mayo on the 5th. So it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. It's good. Hey, it's showtime. So let's go to work. That's right, Ocean's Pit. Good afternoon. There's a great intro from my good buddy Dino Manzella from Seventh Heaven. Thank you, Dino. Guys, what a great day today. The sun is shining. It's supposed to be a beautiful day today, even though it kind of rained yesterday. But today is going to be good, and it's supposed to be a nice weekend. And who knows? It's probably going to end up raining again next week. So we are in May. It's a great day today, and we're having a lot of fun. And I'm glad that you guys are here today. First of all, let's get right to our sponsors, our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, and now in Mesa, Arizona. And you know, Ace is always helping people, man. They've been in the business for a while. They are the place. Ace is the place, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. That's what Ace is about. But now Ace Hardware, Ocean's Pit with the Tony Ocean Show, and Almost Home Foundation has put something together. Something is going to be fantastic, and we want you all to join us on this great adventure. All right, so you love dogs, and you know how much I do for the Almost Home Foundation. Here's what you need to do. We have a special thing going on right now, and how about you try to win a brand new Weber 200 Series grill, okay? With all the accessories, you can win it. You can be the proud owners. You can take it home, and it's this simple. Right? We're going to have a $5 cash drawing at the Norwich store in Norwich, Illinois, Ace Hardware. We're going to do a live remote, me and Laura, my lovely wife, Laura Ocean, Thursday, May 23rd, live at the Norwich store. Okay? Here's how you get the $5 cash raffle. Okay? You can either go to the store in Norwich that day or any day and buy a raffle ticket, or to make it easier, you can Zelle my wife, if you guys have Zelle, at 847-370-3370. Make sure you include your name, and all the raffle money that we get is going to go to Almost Home Foundation. It's that simple. Read the bottom of the screen. Just do what you got to do. Zelle Laura, $5 as many times as you want, 847-370-3370. Include your name, and you guys get a chance to win a brand new 200 Weber Series grill, and that's from our good friends from Ace Hardware. And now, folks, you don't have to be present to pick up the grill, but you just have to make arrangements to get it home. So you get yourself a brand new Weber Spirit 200 Series grill. And all the money that we raise is going to go for Almost Home Foundation for Dogs. So it's a great thing. And the live remote is going to be May 23rd at the wonderful Norwich Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. So make sure you get all that information, folks. And then let's not forget, folks, if you're a company out there looking for a publicist, and mostly companies do have publicists. If you're going to do it the right way, you got to go with my buddy Bernie DeMayo, folks. Bernie is the best at what he does. Works for the Chicago Blackhawks, works for the Chicago Bulls. Bernie DeMayo. You can't be a DeMayo Partners, folks. If Bill Gates once said, even though I'm not a big Bill Gates fan, especially his political views, but Bill Gates, you got to love. If it was down to his last marketing dollar, he'd spend it on public relations. And that's what you need to do. Get your company's name in the paper, magazine, newspaper, radio, TV, all that stuff. Bernie DeMayo Partners, experienced, creative, and smart. Give Bernie a call at 312-217-5658. That's Bernie DeMayo. And let's get right to, if you're looking to buy and selling a home, well, one place to go. And you know we're talking about my good friend Mary Grievous, folks. That's right. Mary Grievous, buyer or selling a home in the Chicagoland area, the perfect real estate professional, whether you're putting your home on the market or looking for your dream home. Give her a call today. She can help assist buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, and expired listings. Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. That's mgrievousstarkre.com. Or better yet, give her a call at 630-688-1725. That's Mary Grievous. Always taking care of all your real estate needs. And also, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know already, and you probably do, Mary Grievous is also in charge of NTD Vacations. And you know what that means? NTD Vacations is in charge of Chicago Music Cruise 2025. Now, you know, back in January, we were on that cruise on the Royal Caribbean Wonders of the Sea with Seventh Heaven, and it was an incredible show. We're doing it again one more time for you guys to jump on and join Ocean on the Ocean. Now, here it is, folks. It's going to be March. Write this down, and you want to get your tickets because it's going to be great. March 22nd to March 30th, 2025. It's 8 days Southern Caribbean cruise, all right? On the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, the Oasis of the Seas. We're going to start off in Fort Lauderdale. We're going to go to Curacao. We're going to go to Aruba, and if that's worth the price right there. And then we're going to end up at Coco Key, Bahamas, which is the private island owned by Royal Caribbean. Besides the great cruise and all the great stops and all the great adventure and the food and everything else, how about live entertainment? You're going to have my new rock band, Mojo's Jukebox. You're going to have Tony Ocean and the main event band, my whole band. We're also going to have the best country rock band in the city of Chicago. Hillbilly rock stars will be joining us. And of course, the ringleaders themselves, Seventh Heaven, all of us on 8 days on a ship, chicagomusiccruise.com. And give my good friend Mary a call. So we're going to have a lot of fun. All right, don't forget, in a couple minutes, we're bringing up my good friend Doris, folks, owner of Synergy Fit Run and Training for over 15 years. And she's been involved in nutrition and helping people lose weight for the last 50 years. Master figure bodybuilder. She's amazing, some of the pictures that you've seen. And I'm sure and that it's going to take probably a lot of work that she has to do to keep up what she has to do, and she's going to help us out with some stuff like that. In the meantime, folks, let's say hello to some people. Dennis, yes, Mr. Dennis, how you doing? Lake Geneva's in the house. Johnny G, holy shit is right, folks. I hope you guys are having a good one, man. This is going to be good. We have Florida watching, Iowa, Santa Barbara, California. Hello. Michigan, Indiana, how you guys all doing? Everybody's in the house, so that's good, Danny. Danny knows that. Go Yankees. I'm surprised. All right, so first of all, thank you to Mr. Ron Onesti, Rich Onesti from Onesti Entertainment, and everybody that showed up to the Des Plaines Theater last night for a great rock and roll 2 for Thursday show. It was fantastic. Nick Sahajas and his new band, the Chicago Hitmen. Of course, we all know Nick. He's the piano man. He plays the tribute to Billy Joel and Elton John. But yeah, it was his new band, the Chicago Hitmen, which is fantastic. And in our band, Mojo's Jukebox, we're rocking the house. And I can't believe, I just want to thank you all for showing up on a Thursday night. Great seeing Regina Karma. Great seeing Mike and Tracy. Good, clean fun. Bill Saratella. I want to thank, of course, Connie and Richard Hoffer, of course, the mother and father of Richie Hoffer from Seventh Heaven. Thank you. Mary Grievous for being there, of course. Jeff, and of course, Susan. I hope you had a great birthday. Nina and everybody else that showed up. It was Dan and Robin. It was just fun, and it's good because people always see me doing the Tony Ocean stuff, and I've been doing it now 31 years. But my heart's also love doing great rock and roll stuff, so it's important. And then I loved it, and which I love, and it's just fantastic. So we had a lot of fun. And the next Mojo show, folks, is going to be June 1st in Milwaukee, opening up for the band Chicago, the real band Chicago. That's where we'll be in Milwaukee on Saturday, June 1st, with Mojo's Jukebox and Chicago. We're excited about that. So tonight we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg with the Professor Daryl Amistad. Tomorrow, Ocean's Rat Pack will be in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin at the Geneva Stage Theater. Almost sold out, folks. 7 o'clock show with tribute to Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Sammy Davis Jr. That's tomorrow night at the Geneva Stage. It's the theater right downtown in Lake Geneva. They show movies there, but now they have concerts there as well. And Sunday, we're going way up to McHenry, folks, at Bugsy's in McHenry. We're going to be there, open to the public, 3 o'clock, me and Jerry Jams. But it also is Melissa, the owner's birthday. And of course, Rhino Ryan's birthday, the owner too, his birthday is on Monday. So we're going to be there. It's going to be fantastic. And I want to thank you all for, Michael Restivo, man, great job. You guys did a great job. Everybody did. Thank you so much. Denny Diamond's in the house, #1 Neil Diamond impersonator. How you doing, Denny? So Displaying Theater was fantastic last night. Again, congratulations to my New York Knickerbockers, the greatest basketball team in the world, and my New York Rangers, the greatest hockey team. Guys, they both are out of the first round. They're going into the second round of the playoffs, basketball and hockey. And my Yankees are killing as always. So, what a game with the Knicks yesterday, right? 111 to 111, 4 seconds left, or 8 seconds left, and they scored like 8 points in like 4 seconds. It was like boom, 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 boom. And the Knicks won. So fantastic. Ryan Lewis, how you doing? Danny Mazzi's in the house. Don't forget my good friends from Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin. Buy local and shop local. Also great seeing Mike and Gigi last night from Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. For all your collision auto repair needs, go to crashchampions.com. Also, thank you, Carol Brandolino. Was there last night. Don't forget, Carol is my co-host every Tuesday on Twisted Tuesday. Great seeing Carol Brandolino. Thank you, guys. All right, so and there was 2 drummers. There you go, Double T. How you doing, buddy? All right, so a lot of good stuff. Busy weekend. Today is also my daughter Gianna's birthday. She's turning 30 years old. So her and the girls, my other 2 daughters, and my sister Natalie and my wife Laura, they're all going away for a couple of days. They're going to go out to dinner. They're going downtown. They're going to have fun. And so happy birthday to my love, Gianna. God bless you. All right, without any further ado, let's talk about nutrition, healthy. God, there's a lot to talk about. First of all, my friend Doris has been on the show. First of all, thank her for being on. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're bringing her on in just a second right now. She runs the Synergy Fit and Run training facility for 15 years, and she's been over 50 years in as a nutrition coach, which, something that we probably don't realize what to do, what not to do, what the myths that you hear. This is good for you. This is bad for you. And then, of course, she's competing right now for the NPC Master Nationals Bodybuilding Championship in Pittsburgh that's coming up in July. So I'm going to find out a lot of good stuff about her, and so are you. It's very important. So let's bring up my friend Doris. Let's bring her on here. Doris, how are you doing today?
Tony, how are you?
I'm good. I just got back, got a haircut. I got to fix the hair. But anyway, besides that, I want to thank you for being on. And, first of all, from the pictures, everything you send me, and it's got to be, first of all, let's just get to the basics. First of all, where were you born?
I am born and raised in Chicago, but currently and have been for about 20 years, I've lived in Johnsburg. So that's just north of McHenry.
And my brother Sonny lives in Johnsburg. So there you go.
Oh, okay.
See,
All
see,
right.
there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Sonny and cousin Tommy. All right. I love Johnsburg. I go fishing. We go fishing. We have a fun out there. Anyway, Doris, you come from a big family?
I do. I have 7 siblings, and my mom is going to be 94 this year.
Congratulations. That
Yeah.
is so sweet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my mom will be 85 this year in November. So there you go. It's very,
Yeah.
very cool. Now, growing up, who influenced you? Was somebody in the family healthy and all that stuff, or was there someone you've seen on TV? Where did this all start?
My mother told me that I came out doing cartwheels. So ever since when I was a kid, I was the kid that was on all the teams in middle school through high school. So I was always that kid. I've always loved fitness. Yeah, I probably had a little bit of overactivity, maybe a little bit of ADD, possibly.
Okay.
As I
All
look
right.
back in hindsight, I've always had a lot of energy. So that was me. And that morphed into what I do in wellness and fitness for the past about 30 years now. It all started with a horrific car accident that I had when I was 27 years old.
Wow.
And I couldn't walk probably for a few months. My back was completely damaged. And I slowly rehabbed myself. And I ran my first marathon in 1996 in Chicago. And that's what really started the serious athletic part. So it wasn't a hobby anymore. I really started looking at it more as a competitive athlete. And so that's what really started it, was my back and the fact that I have a spine that needs a lot of movement all of the time. I cannot be sitting. Haven't been for all of my adult life. So
Are
I
you a coffee
always
drinker? Are you a coffee drinker?
I am a coffee
Okay.
drinker. Coffee is very good for you. Very
Okay.
good for you and for your
See, I
brain.
did not know that. I thought coffee's bad for you. So
No, it's just too much coffee.
too
Just
much
like
coffee.
anything, too much coffee. Of course,
Yeah.
it could be bad for you. It could give you high blood pressure if you're just constantly on caffeine. But a nice couple of cups of coffee in the morning is what I do. It gets me going. I love the way I feel when I drink coffee. It's a
Mhm.
good pre-workout too. So if you're going to work out, coffee is a real good source of energy for most people that can handle it.
Uh,
But
Yeah, well, okay. So, Doris, what do you about all these energy drinks that are out there? They're
yeah,
selling. There's so many of them. You see them
Mhm.
everywhere. Monster, this.
Right,
Uh,
right.
Obviously, it does give you the energy, but
Uh,
it can't be good for you.
No, not in those amounts. No, that's a lot of caffeine, and it also has a lot of chemicals in it. Um, Coffee is natural. It comes from a bean grown in the ground, right? So I mean, it's a natural source. I think these energy drinks, like what you just mentioned, I think it's a bit much. I think if you do one once in a while, it's not going to do anything to you. I
Sure,
think
sure.
when you start getting into these habits of, I got to have one in the morning to get up, I got to have one in the afternoon, and I got to have one later. That's when I think it starts becoming problematic. Okay. I
Right.
actually know someone very close to me who was drinking way too many of those and actually got sick from them.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't believe in those high energy drinks. I
Okay.
do
So
not.
there you go. And plus all that sugar in there. I just want to say hello to
Some of
Albert.
them
Thank
do,
you.
but a lot of
Yeah.
them don't have sugar. A
Okay.
lot of them
So
now, they've gotten, the companies have gotten smart. Everyone doesn't like sugar now. I think everyone's in agreement.
yeah.
So you can get those high caffeinated drinks without sugar too, and it doesn't make them any better. It still
Right.
has enormous amounts of caffeine in there. You know.
Right. There you go. Which makes a lot of sense. I want to say hello to Albert. Albert, thank you from the Ron Onesti organization yesterday. And Jeanette, thank you for that great picture of the Rat Pack. I appreciate that very much. All right. So, Doris, uh, so you decided to train people. Did the
Yeah,
bodybuilding come after that?
it did.
Or
It did.
yeah. All right. So let's
I
get
ran marathons for about 25 years.
okay.
So I ran many marathons, not just marathons, other races as well, but marathons was my love. And just like the human body, it breaks down when you're just in constant motion like that, hitting the cement like that constantly. I was running maybe 50, 60, sometimes 70 miles a week. Um, over a course of decades, it's a lot on your body. So I was feeling the effects of it. I knew that in 2014, I was going to make my transition. I knew it was going to be my last year of running marathons. So I ran my last and final Boston in 2014. This was the year after the Boston Marathon massacre.
Yeah, right.
And then I did the Wisconsin, one of the Wisconsin races. And those are my two final marathons. And then I transitioned into bodybuilding. So those next couple of years, 15 and 16, I started kind of transitioning from running into more bodybuilding, even though I was always lifting weights during running. I always did. But now running was going to be on the back burner, and bodybuilding took over the front end of what I was doing.
Now it's got to be very difficult, the training, everything you have to put into that, right? I mean,
Of course.
you have a big competition coming up at the NPC Master Nationals Bodybuilding Championship in Pittsburgh in July. Is there anything different between this one that you're doing and the other ones that you've done in the past? Because you've won a lot of medals and stuff. How many have you won of all this stuff?
So I've won 7 medals in bodybuilding competitions since 2016. Here's the big difference. I am now in my mid 50s. And as a woman, we transitioned into something called menopause, perimenopause, postmenopause. That makes a huge difference in how we could build muscle, how we lose body fat. All of these sorts of things become a lot more difficult as we reach this stage in our life. Okay?
Yeah.
So this year is a lot tougher because my body is not doing what it once did, not even like 5-6 years ago, as we're talking about.
Right.
So yeah, I have to go about things a little differently. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it. It just means that I have to go about things differently. And it can get very complicated because every woman is different. And by the way, this also happens to guys. And guys, it's not called menopause, it's called andropause. So guys also see a very big dip in their testosterone
Yes.
which means they also lose muscle. It's also harder for them to put muscle on, to lose body fat. So this stage that I'm in, and that a lot of women are in, these are the stage of people that I'm generally working with right now,
Well,
as far as training and coaching.
When you do the bodybuilding, is there a certain age they say the contest for this age or that age, or does
So this is a masters. Masters is they have an age group from 35 on up. So 35 plus, 40 plus, 45 plus. So I'm in the 55 plus group for this Pittsburgh show. I did this show a few years back. Okay. So I am going to be competing with people around my age. So between the ages of 55 and 60. Okay. So it's nice. That's why I'm doing this Pittsburgh show. It's a national show. It's very hard. You're competing against the best of your age group. So it's difficult. There are local shows. So I will be doing a local show in Wisconsin prior to this show, because those are the rules. In one calendar year, you have to do a local show before you do this national show. So I do have to do that. So I will be doing something like in Wisconsin in late June.
Well, give me just a daily. You get up, and what is the steps that you do in this training, especially for this bodybuilding thing that you're doing? What's the steps? Like you get up in the morning, you have your coffee. What else?
This is called competition prep. Okay, so you'll hear women say, "Oh, I'm in prep," which means they are probably doing a 12-week to sometimes 25-week prep. Okay, so mine right now, I'm in the 12-week phase. So what starts happening in the morning is very regimented. I get up, like you said, I have my coffee first thing. Then I come downstairs here to my gym, and I get on my treadmill and I do what's called fasted cardio. Fasted cardio means I am going to exercise walking uphill, possibly running sometimes, not every day, on an empty stomach. Okay, and this may last from 30 to 50 minutes, depending on where I'm at in my prep.
Okay, so so let's just back up for a second. You have your coffee, but you didn't eat anything. So you're starting with no food in your body.
And my coffee has stevia in it, 0 calories. Okay. So yes, I am on 0 calories, right? I'm fasted. That is a term. Fasted means you have no stomach, you have nothing in your stomach that you've just eaten in the past, like say 8 or 10 hours. You're considered to be fasted.
Right.
So this technique of fasted cardio it's a nice way to train your body to utilize body fat for energy. Okay. So I want to, the whole goal of prep is to lose body fat. It's to lean down, not to lose muscle. We don't want that. We want to keep that muscle, but we want to lose that body fat. And you just slowly shed that body fat over the weeks. We're talking 2 pounds each week. Okay. Sometimes less, sometimes a little bit more. All depends on the person.
Right.
But that's the way I start my day.
Well,
After that, I have my breakfast.
and then what is a breakfast? What is
So
breakfast?
generally, I'm a high protein person. So as a competitor, you're taking in a good amount of protein. So think 1 gram of protein per body weight, right? So I'm having about 120 grams of protein. Okay. So my breakfast looks like egg whites, 1 whole egg with some spinach, and maybe a little bit of feta cheese for a little bit of flavor. Okay. That's what
it.
No, and then I'll have some like rice cakes with it. Okay. So that's my breakfast. Okay. And I'll have
Plain rice
more
cakes? Plain
rice
or
cakes. Yep.
flavored rice cakes?
Yep. No, just plain ones. Yeah. And again, I'm trying to get my palate used to the fact that I am on prep. I am trying to, it's also in your head. It's a mindset as well. You have to teach your brain, okay, this is what's happening. I'm having this meal now. I'm going to have another meal in 2.5 to 3 hours, another meal in 2.5, 3 hours. So you're spreading out your meals this way, these small meals. So I'll have 4 meals like this throughout the day. And so right now at this phase of my prep, my carbs are a little higher, and my fats are low. So my carbs are about 1 gram per body weight, a little bit more. Okay. So it can get real complicated when you're talking about macros. Macros are proteins, fats, carbohydrates. That part can get very complicated. Believe it or not, that is the main idea about prep, are your macros, are manipulating those macros so that you could shed that body fat and keep that muscle on your frame. You do not want to lose muscle. That's the goal. That's the whole goal. Leaning down, keeping the muscle. Okay. So yeah, so you can't do too much. I can't be running mileage like I did when I was running marathons.
Yeah.
No. I have to keep my muscle. So I have to focus in on the weightlifting. And I really have to be careful with that too. I can't be lifting too heavy during prep. Prep is not about building muscle. It's about maintaining your muscle. Building muscle is when you're off prep. That's in the building phase of your year.
Yeah.
Okay. That's in the winter time for me. Okay. I'm eating normally and I'm just building and lifting as heavy as I could. This prep, it's not about that.
No.
It's just about maintenance. Okay.
Just keeping it going.
And not getting injured. Because again, as a 50-plus-year-old woman, what happens when we get older? We could injure ourselves more easily. Well, even with prep, that even becomes easier to do because your calories are lower, you're under more stress, you're exercising more. So you could put yourself in a position to get injured. You don't want to do that. Okay.
No.
Not ever, not even when you're not in prep. But
right, exactly.
You just have to be careful, right?
Overworking.
So I have to, as a masters competitor, these are my main focuses. I don't want to get injured. So I'm not going to be doing I'm not going to be doing any kind of risky behavior and trying new exercises or doing new things, not during prep. I do that off season.
So, yeah, I mean, you got a very full schedule of what you do. And now I'm going to throw some things at you over here real fast, folks. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Monday through Friday, let's just get another sponsor out of the way if we can, folks. Our good friends who pays the bills here. Let's not forget for our good buddy Deutz Power Center, servicing the construction and diesel industry in the Chicagoland area, Elgin, Illinois. Call Sal at 224-276-6550. That's Deutz Power Center. My friend Doris is here and running the Synergy Fit and Run training facility for over 15 years, been a nutritionist for over 50 years. Wow. I'm going to tell, it's just mind-boggling when I did some research, just some studies on some stuff, or just finding out certain things, the work and everything that you need to go into this. And it's crazy. But let me just throw some stuff out there for you. Now, carbs is the big thing. Everybody's talking about carbs. There's good carbs. There's bad carbs. Give me just a sample of what's a good carb and what's a bad carb.
A good carb is a potato. Why? It gives you all the carbohydrates that you need to give you that energy that you want, to give that fulfillment that you want. A bad carb would be white bread.
White bread.
That's simple.
That's
That's
okay.
simple.
So that's
Yeah.
simple. All right. So then you
good.
think the potato, though, you think it'd be more filling than the white bread.
Oh, it is very filling. But we're
Yeah.
not talking about filling. We're talking about sources of carbohydrates.
But to
This
lose
is
weight.
the potato is a natural source, right? It's a whole food.
So to
right?
lose weight, would you rather eat the potato plain
Oh,
or the bread?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
The potato.
Also, bread and a lot of things like, crackers, potato chips, all those carby things. These are all highly processed things. They just don't, they contain very little potato, actually. It's mostly junk in there and chemicals and God knows what else. The ingredient list is, 20, 30 ingredients in there. A potato is a potato. So you have to think like that. Think simple like that. Think something that you can put in the oven. If you want to put some salt on it, go ahead and put some salt on it. But that's how easy it is to eat that, right? Okay. So thinking in carbs are not bad. They're not bad. We need carbs. In order for you to build muscle, you need carbs. You absolutely need carbs. Okay. Again, I'm in a special position right now. I'm in prep. So my carbs are getting lower because my goal is different than the average person. I'm not talking about the average person. The average person needs a good amount of carbs. They need really good amount of protein. Protein is actually, I believe, the most important macronutrient of the food group. Okay. Why? Protein. We need protein. It's essential. If we don't have protein, we die. Okay. You don't need carbs as far as like living. You could live without carbs, right?
But you need the protein.
It's not essential. Essential is protein, fats. Those two are essential. We need those to live as human beings. Yes, they're very important.
So we're talking about the fats. Okay, very important. Now, it's like, from what I hear, if you went to McDonald's, for instance, and you got a cheeseburger, they said that's healthier than the actual McDonald's salad with everything that they put in there. Is that true, or is that just a myth in your mind?
It's not the actual item, it's what's all around it. So that hamburger, if you're just going to have the patty and you're not going to have the stuff on it or the bread, I think that's pretty good because it's meat. Meat is highly bioavailable. Our bodies absorb meat very easily, and it has all of those nutrients that we need to live and to be just strong, right? Meat is excellent. The lettuce, these are vegetables. Sure. The problem is exactly what you said. It's the dressing that they put on it. That's the number one problem with it, is the dressing. The dressing contains God knows how many calories, God knows how much salt and sugar and oils.
Use the apple cider. I use apple cider, or I use balsamic.
There you go. There you go. Right. But lettuce is it is a fiber. Okay, that's the good thing about it. Does it contain vitamins like that hamburger does? Those nutrients? No, it does not. It does not. So if you could do the hamburger and then the salad together, that would be a really good option.
Well, see, that's what I do every day. I have turkey burger with my salad every day, but
there
I mix
you go.
it. I don't have the bread.
Excellent.
I just put it in the salad. Exactly. All right, like the misconception about vegetables and fruits. Now, there are some fruits that are fattening. They're not good for you. People eat them. Like there's 30 calories in a banana, but there's no calories in a vodka soda. Well, choose wisely. So what's a bad, fruits? What's a bad fruit?
There are some fruits. I don't think fruits are bad. Okay. But again, they're grown in our world. They're natural, right? Yeah. So I don't think that is bad. Although there are some fruits that are higher in sugar, like mangoes are real high in sugar. Okay. Yeah. That's like a good example of a high sugar fruit. Right. But if that's what you're eating for your carb for your day, That and like some potato throughout the rest of the day, that's not going to be bad for you.
No, right.
Not if you're exercising and you're living your life, you're not sitting all day long. No, it contains lots of micronutrients in there and a lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals, all those things that our body needs.
It's very much important. Now, here's another question here. Now, so we were talking about working out. I know people like my son Joey works every day. Works
I
out
have a
every
son,
day.
Joey, too.
Okay, and my daughter Gianna, she works out every day. Okay, so but then I was watching some program on the Chuck Norris. We all heard of the great Chuck Norris. He says all of this overworking out is not that great for you. You should only work out 20 minutes a day. Is that true, in your opinion?
It depends on the person. Working out too much is a stressor on your body. Stress on our body, day after day after day, month after month, year after year. You're not letting up. There's no reprieve. There's no rest. That can be a problem. Okay. Now, when you're 16 through 22, you can get away with doing anything, right? I did. I worked out hours a day.
Sure.
That never even affected me in a negative way, ever. But it depends on the person. Just like anything, too much stress on the body is not a good thing. Okay. Too much stress on the body once in a great big while, that could be a positive thing, believe it or not. It makes you more resilient, but you've got to stop doing that thing. You can't continue doing it. So it's just like the average person who has high blood pressure. Generally, this person has stress every day, wakes up to it, goes to sleep to it, day after day, month after month. You know what I mean? It's just this constant stress, and the body reacts by high blood pressure.
Okay. And that's how that works. And there's there's other myths though, like the water.
Right.
8 glasses of water a day. Now they're saying it's not that well. I mean, is some water a little over the top?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Water waters your blood. It thins it out, right? So water, so this is a real good example. The couple of people that have died at the Chicago Marathon, they drank only water during the marathon. All during the marathon, only water. They didn't do any electrolyte drinks, like the Powerades.
The Gatorade
have salt in them. And so those minerals keep that water in your blood, right? So what happened, these people literally drank too much water till they died at the end of the marathon. Okay. They literally filtered out their blood. Okay. So too much water is not a good thing. People are afraid of salt. They're afraid of potassium, these electrolytes that are very important. You'll hear a lot of athletes talking about electrolyte drinks.
You're drinking that stuff all day long when you watch.
They're really important. They're really important. Really yeah.
And the sugar-free, that's the thing that, sugar-free. I can have all I want. Fat-free. It's all I want. But people don't realize all the chemicals that are in there. Sometimes they're even worse for you. Is that correct?
Aspartame in a Diet Coke. Okay. That's just one. It's the one I'm putting out there. Okay. Yeah. Personally, my lips can't touch that because I get instantly a horrible, horrible stomach ache. Okay. So that's how sensitive I am to aspartame. And that is the fake sugar that's in Diet Coke. Yeah. Aspartame has already been known to cause cancer. There's some research with it. So I think, slowly this is going to be phased out of our foods, but it's not. It's still in it.
Even with my water, I put that flavoring in, the fake sugar in there, and that's how I drink my water. But and I know we had some great questions here. Richard, Captain, how you doing? Energy, the electric drink, is a Powerade better than a Gatorade? Is there one difference better than the other?
There are some that don't have sugar. There are some that don't have chemicals. There are some good products out being made right now. Electrolyte type of products, powders and things like that don't have all the chemicals in it. One that comes to mind is called Element. Element is a powder pouch that what you just described. They're flavored, but it doesn't contain all the chemicals. So there are companies out there, just Google it. Element is an excellent one that you can get online.
There you go, Captain. I hope that can help you. You're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things. My friend Doris is watching here. He's on the show, Synergy Fit Run Training. I like the name. Very cool. So much more. A couple more questions. I know you're a busy person, but if you had one meal. They say you should never skip breakfast, right? Always skip lunch, go breakfast to dinner, or is that all crazy too?
Yeah, it all depends on the person. There are a lot of myths out there about what is the best way to have your food and your meals. The truth is that it's completely dependent on the person's schedule. Okay. Now, personally, the it's not so much when you have that first meal, like what time,
Yeah,
but it's what's in it. That very first meal after a long fast, in other words, while you're sleeping, you're fasting.
right.
Thing Your body is primed for protein when you wake up in the morning. Okay. So your first meal, I don't care what time it is, whether it's at 9 o'clock in the morning or 11 a.m. It doesn't matter, but it really should have a good amount of protein in there. You should have a minimum of 40 grams of protein in it, which is about 2 whole eggs and about 2 cups of egg white, liquid egg white. So think a total of 40 grams of protein in your eggs.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what you should be focusing in on for
See,
your
that
first meal of the day.
makes a lot of sense. And I remember like all these, I've never really been that heavy. One time in my life, I was kind of heavy. So I went to Jenny Craig and I mean, not that heavy, but I just had to lose. Cause yeah, it's always with men, they seem like they just get it in the gut and nowhere
Mhm.
else. And I
Yep.
also noticed that men lose weight a lot faster than women. Why is that in your opinion, Doris? Why?
Well, first of all, women have a little bit more body fat on their naturally. As women, we carry more body fat than the average man. Okay. Now we're talking averages here.
Sure.
Again, I always go back to when you start pinpointing sort of these ideas, um, it's just so variant on the specific person that we're talking about. It really is. I mean, yes, most men do gain weight in their midsection. Okay. Well, most men are taller, right? Most women gain weight in their legs and like their butt area, right?
Yeah. Right.
So most women are shorter. So, I mean, it kind of depends. It completely
Right.
depends on the person's like physiology and how their body is made up.
My body's made up. And these diets, like the Jenny Craigs and all that stuff,
Mhm.
people don't understand it. They do work. They will work if you do that. But you have to make sure if you're just trying to lose weight is one thing. But people don't understand that once you off that diet, you have to keep maintaining that that way that you do it, or it's not going to work, and you're going to gain it right back again.
Yeah.
Doris, how about this one? What you always hear: don't eat after 6 o'clock before you go to bed. Do
Yeah.
you believe in that?
Personally, for me, yes, I do. But again, I go back to that person who's working a 12-hour shift and only had one meal during the day. So you know what? That person's going to have to eat later in the day because that's what that person's schedule is like. It's not about when, it's about what they're eating.
That
About
makes a
what
lot.
they're eating.
That makes a lot of sense. And the last question: booze,
Ah,
alcohol.
yes.
Now, first of all, I remember growing up as a kid, they said one glass of wine is supposed to be good for your heart a day.
Mhm,
Then some doctors say one glass of any booze a day is supposed to be good for you.
mhm, mhm.
You work out, obviously, you want to go out, you and your hubby, you go out, you have cocktails, whatever it is. Is there, yes, can't, when you're fasting, when you're doing what you're doing, that's not good. Is it good? Give me a little thing about that.
Okay. Latest research on alcohol consumption is less is better. Okay. We're talking about 2 drinks a week for women at the
I'm in trouble.
most, at the
Okay.
most, preferably spread out. And for men, I believe it's 3 drinks per week.
Well,
That is the latest on the research. Now
and you know
here,
what? Right. I mean, vodka's not that bad. Doesn't have as much sugar as the Jack Daniels or the bourbon or the whiskeys or those heavy craft beers. Uh, Dennis from Lake Geneva says Jesus drank wine. Okay, Dennis, that's great. But yeah, but it's and that's something that I know. I felt different since I used to be a big Jack guy. Jack 5, 6 a day. When I'm
oh,
working,
okay.
when I'm singing, you don't
Yes,
think
yes.
about it. It's like water.
Right.
And I switched over to vodka, and
Okay.
and you know what? And another thing that people don't get to, it's not the booze that gives you the hangover. Let's understand that. If you have a Jack and Coke, it's the sugar in the Coke that gives you the hangover.
Mhm.
It's the
Okay.
sugar. Go ahead.
So here's the thing. I know, yes, there is more sugar. There are more calories in alcohol than it actually has its own category, right?
Right.
There is a little bit more,
Sure.
but that's not the reason why it's not healthy. The
Okay.
reason why is because your liver, its job is to filter out. It is the filter of your body. Okay. It filters everything out: foods, air, poisons, chemicals. It does a big job in our body. Unfortunately, when you introduce alcohol into your body, your liver has to stop what it's doing. So let's use me for an example. Right now, what's my goal? Lose
Yeah.
body fat.
Right.
Well, it's going to stop me from losing body fat because now it has to stop everything and deal with this alcohol that I just poured in.
That's coming in,
Okay?
and that depends on any alcohol that goes into
And
your
it
body,
doesn't
whether
matter
it's
what
a
kind
glass
of
of wine.
alcohol. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
No,
All
it's
right.
alcohol.
Right.
Alcohol is ethanol. It is
Right.
Ethanol is a poison in our body. In the human body, ethanol is poison. Okay. So just to make that clear, that is a fact. Okay. I love my glass of wine. This is a fact. Okay. So alcohol has been found to do, very bad things to your brain. As we get older, remember what starts happening: dementia, Alzheimer's. It's becoming more prevalent in today's world because of our toxic world, because of all the chemicals in the air. Well, now you're adding alcohol to this whole mix.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So it is problematic. I love my glass of wine. Don't get
yeah.
me wrong.
Right.
I
Right.
do. But over
So
the
when
years,
you go out and
I
you're
do.
not,
I have a glass of wine. Over the years, though, I have to be honest with you. I have cut down dramatically.
so you go
I have
out, you can
cut
have
down
one
dramatically.
glass. You go out to
I
dinner on a
am down to
Friday night,
one glass of wine when I
and that's
go
it.
out on the
Okay.
weekends.
Okay.
And sometimes I don't even have that glass of wine. I'll order a Peregrino with lime.
With lime.
Yeah.
Okay. All
And
right.
that's my drink.
And that's your drink. See
Uh-huh.
now, and that's what I mean about you have to stick to do what you're doing, which is fantastic. Doris, do you take customers? If people want Synergy Fit Run training, is it
Absolutely.
open to the public? How do they sign up if they're
Absolutely.
interested? What do they do?
So you can go to synergyfitandruntraining.com. I have a whole marketplace there that you can sign up, and you can contact me through that website.
Okay.
My Instagram is Doris the Trainer. On Facebook, I'm Doris Hire, Hier.
Okay. And so what's important? This is great. You got the big master. Now, a young girl comes up to you, or a young boy. I want to do this.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding.
Mhm.
Forget about the working out, which is you should be doing anyway. Even though I don't exercise myself, I should. But what would you tell a young kid? I want to do this bodybuilding. A woman, or someone comes up to you. What
Yeah.
advice would you give? What would you advise?
My advice is for about 2 years, focus on weight training 5 times a week, body splits, shoulders, back, legs, glutes, that sort of thing. Have a body split. Do that for 2 years solid, consistently. You need a foundation. You need to build muscle, because when I have the muscle already built. I'm not building muscle during this prep. I'm
Yeah.
not. Again, I'm whittling the fat down so that you can see the muscle. I'm revealing the muscle that I've spent years building, right? So let's say I didn't have that muscle, I didn't have that foundation. When I lose this body fat, I'm just going to look skinny on stage, right? That's not my goal. That's not the goal of a bodybuilder. So
I got
my
it.
thing is, when I tell people build muscle, you've got to take in a bunch of protein every day. Eat well, eat healthy. Don't waste your calories on empty crap calories. Okay, from
Eat
junk
well,
food.
and
Eat
last
good, healthy food.
and
Eat meat,
important, and
potatoes.
vitamins, and vitamins. Okay, now
Exactly. You need supplementation. Yes,
vitamin
absolutely.
C, B12, D,
Absolutely.
a
Yes.
lot of vitamin C.
Yes.
Zinc is very good for you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Very good.
Have a real good high quality multivitamin in there for you, and specific to your body type, depending on how, what your labs. Run your labs every once in a while. You got to know what your blood is saying. You got to run those labs. I run labs every 3 to 4 months. I am on top of every level on my body. So I know what's going on the inside.
Well, you know what? This is a lot of people have learned a lot in this 25 minutes or so. Doris, thank you, number one, for being on the show. Number one, thank you for what you do. And hopefully we can learn some stuff from you, which is very important. Don't forget the NPC Master Nationals Bodybuilding Championship in Pittsburgh. We wish you the best on that. And also the one you're going to be doing in Wisconsin.
Exactly.
So you do what you're doing. Synergy Fit Training, folks. If you want to get involved in this, please private message me. I can give you all Doris's information on Instagram, Facebook. You know what, guys, if you're thinking of doing it, especially as we get older, us men, and you know, my wife fights it all the time, and it's not an easy thing, but people do have to understand that it is an everyday thing that you have to do. And as Doris said, as you get older, it does get more difficult. So, but there is a way to keep
Exactly.
so you can still do it and have and still live a good life.
You can do it. You must do it. If you want to live long, you must do it.
But one last thing, and it gets me, is because I noticed this too. I know people who drink, smoke, don't exercise, and then I know guys who don't drink, don't smoke, and they're dropping like flies. Mm-hmm. So I do believe 90% is your genes, and 10% is probably how you have your body, or no?
Genes play a partial role in it. It's what you're doing every day. It's your environment. It's how you're living your life. It's the air that you're breathing. You know,
so cigar smokes are no good then.
No. No.
Doris, you just wiped out everything in my life now in 25 minutes. But anyway, thank God I got a good checkup. Anyway, but thank you for your time and for what you do, and wish you the best of luck. And
thank you.
Keep up. Thank you,
Doris.
Doris.
Thank you so much.
Have a great weekend. Hope to see you soon. All right. Take care. You got it. Ocean's Fit, little show about big things. My friend Doris there. Synergy Fit Run Training. You guys learned something healthy today, right? It's a good thing. And I think we're going to learn something from this, which is very, very important, folks. It's Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things. And I hope you got a great Robert Provenzano. I want to thank you for coming last night, you and everybody. I appreciate everybody that did show up last night to the Des Plaines Theater. It was a lot of fun. Tonight, Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg with the Professor Daryl Armenstad, another man who runs many marathons, who ran many marathons. And Saturday will be at the Lake Geneva Theater, the Geneva Stage with Ocean's Rat Pack. It's a 7:00 show. And Sunday will be in McHenry at Bugsy's at 3:00 in the afternoon with my buddy Jerry Jams. I want to thank Jerry Jams for coming. Cousin Tommy, thank you. Great seeing my brother Sonny. And of course, Ralphie Russo. It was great seeing Ralphie back out again. Robin Snyder and everybody that showed up. Thank you. Joe Dex, thank you. Great. I think I seen you in the audience. Joe, I didn't get a chance to say hi, but it was a lot of fun. Also, my prayers go out to my good friend Pat Lenzini. Her Aunt Shirley died. And sorry, it's horrible when people lose stuff. Well, congratulations to 20 years to a place called Offsides in Woodstock. 20 years in business. God bless you, folks. Today is National Day of Prayer. So make sure you always pray to God up there and say thank him for what you do. Also, congratulations to Cristiano, graduating from Notre Dame High School. Robert General, congratulations. You got to love that. Gotta love it. It's very important. All right. So it's great. It's birthdays. It's May 3rd, birthdays. Here we go. Bradley Cooper turns 49 years old. Christian Bale turns 50 years old. Steve Perry, one of the original singers of Journey, 75 years old. Francesca Baccaro, of course, the daughter of Chris Baccaro from Rosario's, 25 years old. Wally Palmer from the band The Romantics celebrates a birthday. Mike Cleason, my buddy Mike, haven't seen him in a long time, 51 years old. From the Buckinghams, Nick Fortuna celebrating a birthday. Singer Bobby V. Jill Claiborne, another great actress. Gary Collins, another great actor. Eve Arden. We're going back on some of these people celebrating a birthday. My good friend Mara Wazer again from Texas. Mara, how you doing? Burt Young, Paulie from Rocky and many great movies, great actor. Al Lewis played Grandpa Munster on The Munsters. T.M. McCraw, country singer, 57 years old today. And of course, my daughter our daughter Gianna's birthday, celebrating the big 3-0 today, the big dirty, as Pina would say. Happy birthday to our lovely daughter Gianna. Guys, don't forget next Wednesday we'll be at Big Sammy's in Plainfield. And next Saturday, folks, we will be at Martini's in May in St. Germain, Wisconsin. Me and the Professor Daryl Amundstad. And filling in for me on May 11th will be Fifth Element, Dan Ramundi, Tony Toto, and Ron Starr at the Speakeasy. That's the choice that my good buddy Ron Onesti made. And again, it's going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you all for being there for us. And yesterday's show was fantastic. Stella, happy birthday to my friend Debbie out there, wherever you are. I will see you tonight, Debbie. Happy birthday to Debbie out there. Guys, have an incredible weekend. Also, November 13th, Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones and Ocean's Rat Pack will be at the Tivoli Theater November 13th in Downers Grove. I also want to say thank you to Linda and Wally from Tonga Entertainment Group for showing up. Vince Amore. Al Lewis died in 2006, but it's still his birthday, even though he died. It's still his birthday. What would have been his birthday? Vince Amore, how you doing? Vince giving me all that healthy tips yesterday. We're going to try to learn all from that stuff. Rick Sorcy, thank you. Seeing Rick yesterday from the Cave Dwellers. Thank you for the cigar, my brother. And guys, let's get right to Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park in Warrenville, and now also Mesa, Arizona. Don't forget, folks, help support the Almost Home Foundation. $5 cash raffle. Zell my wife Laura at 847-370-3370. And we're going to be giving away a chance for you guys to win a Weber Spirit 200 Series grill with all the accessories. It's going to be a lot of fun for the live remote at the Norwich Ace Hardware, May 23rd. Make sure you come out and have fun. Download the Ace Rewards app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. And let's not forget, folks, the Chicago Music Cruise 2025, March 22nd to March 30th, Royal Caribbean, Oasis of the Seas, Fort Lauderdale, Carousel, Aruba, Coco Key, Bahamas, Mojo's Jukebox, Seventh Heaven, Hillbilly Rockstars, and Tony Ocean in the main event band. June 1st, Mojo's Jukebox will be with the band Chicago in Milwaukee. It'll be a lot of fun. I want to thank you all. I want you guys to have an incredible weekend. Go out and support local establishments, live entertainment, buy local, shop local, in the great words of Ringo Starr. Peace and love, every single one of you guys out there. Thank you, and I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Remember, Ocean's Pit is a show about big things, and it also has all sorts of people on, whether you're a musician, whether you're a politician, whatever you're a business owner. We love having everybody on the show. Let everybody know to help support buying local. Like Doris has her own company, Buy Local. She's selling something. She's selling fitness. Buy local. Go to your individual stores, the mom and pop stores. That's all we got left, man. That's all we got left. Make America great again. Have an incredible weekend. God bless you all, everybody. See you Monday, same time, same station here on Ocean's Pit. God bless you, everybody. Nick Sahajas, the piano man. I love you. Great job last night, Nikki. Take us out.
Oh, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony.
Bye-bye, everybody. And don't forget, Michael Batt, great seeing you yesterday from Golden Eagle Food Carts. May 11th and May 4th, you can see the food trucks in St. Charles, and go taste Mama D's flavored breads on sale at those food trucks. Have a